Monumental and just can't be better for women in blue. In an unprecedented move, BCCI has made a big announcement stating that the match fee for both men and women cricketers will be the same. The decision to bring women cricketers on par with men cricketers in the terms of match fee is in many ways a revolutionary decision. BCCI Secretary Jay Shah has confirmed that the contracted senior women's cricketers will earn the same match fee as their male counterparts. The decision comes just days after it was decided that the first season of the women's IPL will be played in 2023. So a big decision there by the BCCI on gender parity. It's a move towards gender parity. Both men cricketers and women cricketers will be paid the same match fee. That's the big announcement that has been made by BCCI Secretary Jay Shah. Remember, the BCCI new team is in place now. And this is a big decision that has been taken by the BCCI after the new team took charge. It's a big boost to women's cricket. Remember, women's IPL was recently announced. Now pay parity, also their gender pay parity, equal pay, equal pay in Indian cricket. That's the revolutionary decision that has been taken by the BCCI. BCCI saying that both the men cricketers and women cricketers will be paid same match fees. So women cricketers to earn the same match fee as their male counterparts. That's the revolutionary decision that has been taken by the BCCI. Karishma now joining us for more on this. Karishma, a huge decision there by the BCCI coming close on the heels of the announcement of women's IPL. It's a big boost to women cricket.
Well, yes, absolutely, Rohit. This is one of the most historic decisions that have been taken by the BCCI in today's day and age to have equal pay for both men and women cricketers, to end gender discrimination and take a step forward towards gender equality. Now, what this essentially means is that the match fees for both men and women cricketers is going to be at par. When we talk about test matches, 15 lakh rupees, ODI matches, 6 lakh rupees, and T20 internationals, 3 lakh rupees. This is going to be the same for both men and women cricketers. And, you know, we had the biggest name in women's cricket, Mithali Raj, earlier speaking to Times Network, and she categorically said that this is something that was being asked for the last so many years by women cricketers, but now the dream finally coming true to have equal pay, to be at par with the men counterparts. Because remember, the women cricketers are performing, and they're performing without the same kind of exposure that the men cricketers get. Yes, over the last few years, when Saurav Ganguly, when Jay Shah took over, things started to change, and we started seeing tours being given to women cricketers. So now all of that coming to fruition for the women cricketers in equal pay. They are going to be at par with the men cricketers. And remember, they've just won the Asia Cup as well, 7 times Asia Cup champions for these women cricketers as well. So clearly a huge moment, and this is going to stir a debate regarding equal pay for women across sports in India, and all the women athletes who rightly deserve equal pay as their men counterparts will now have the confidence to stand up and say that if this can be done for the women cricketers, if this can be done for the women footballers, then why not us? So clearly this is going to start a debate not just in India but across the world as well. And why I say across the world, because a lot of women cricketers across the world have been waiting for the women's IPL, because they know the sort of platform, the sort of financial stability they can get from that. So they are also going to now say that the richest cricket board in the world has spoken up for their women cricketers, so then why not you? So this is going to be an example. This is going to be a precedent that is going to be talked about and hopefully followed by sports federations across the globe.
All right, Karishma, thanks very much for giving us that perspective on this story. Let's take it to our panelists this afternoon. Joining us is Khyati Gulani, former first-class cricketer and coach, and also joining us on the program is Niranjan Shah, former secretary of the BCCI. Khyati Gulani, to you first. A huge decision by the BCCI, equal match fees for both the male and the female cricketers there. How would you look at it? What's your reaction?
Definitely, I would say that on Bhaiya Dooj today, it's a very good, amazing gift given by BCCI to the all the female women cricketers. And so now it's no more poor cousins of $1 million babies. I would say that we are at par now, and definitely it's a great initiative, and I'm sure that the players around India and all the domestic players and everybody would be really happy about this announcement. It's a long-awaited thing, and now today we can see that BCCI is, really given us a same platform as well as the same treatment in on the same page. I would say they have brought us. Hello.
All right, Niranjan Shah, many would say, what took so long?
Can't hear perfectly.
Niranjan Shah, if you can hear me, I'm saying that this is a huge and historic decision by the BCCI, but many would ask, what took the BCCI so long?
See, it takes time. Women cricket has to be more popular. I think this is a great step for the women cricket because they will get a big money and that will attract more women cricketer to take cricket as their passion or game to play with it. And then our cricket will more popular because at the moment, women cricket is not that popular on TV. So it will become more popular. More women will take part because there is a good money, like in Ranji Trophy and everywhere. Boys get quite good. Some same way women cricket will get. So they can take as a career, cricket as a career, one of the career.
Yes. Ms. Khyati, let me come to you. Many say, like Mr. Niranjan Shah is also saying, that the viewership will increase now and it will become more popular. What would you say to people who argue that one of the major hindrance for gender pay parity is people say that everything is market driven. If there is no viewership, if there is no sponsorship that is coming in, therefore, how do we pay the equal pay? How would you respond to those people?
Basically, if we, as we all know, that once media will, get into it, then only it will be popularized. Like if you'll start showing all the matches on the TV, then only people will, start watching it. Till we were not showing, nobody knew the name of the captain as well and all the senior players' name as well. But once they have started showing, people have shown interest. They are coming in, abundance to watch the matches, and when you see the viewership on the TV, it has increased immensely. So BCCI has also taken a lot of initiative, and also I would say that now media is also supporting women's cricket. Properly. So now people are showing interest. We can't say that people will on their own how they will come to know like matches are going on and where the matches are going on, who's the captain, who's the vice captain. Once when you'll start showing and showcasing everything on the TV, then only it will get popularized.
Yes, let me go across to Karishma once again, joining us for the perspective on this story. Karishma, how important will this decision be? There is a struggle constantly for women cricketers to get a good, sponsorship, good kits and all of that, and get sponsors for their training, for participating in matches. This decision, will it go a long way in solving all those problems, those daily nut and bolt problems that the women cricketers face?
Well, absolutely, Rohit. The struggle days can be left behind as far as women cricket in India is concerned because the golden days are here now. And it is all thanks to the new team of BCCI with Roger Binney at the helm and Secretary Jay Shah starting his second term as the secretary. And the first big decision that has been taken is ending gender discrimination and first big step towards gender equality, pay equality for the men and women cricketers. So now the women cricketers in India will be given the same match fees as the men cricketers. Like I described earlier, 15 lakhs for test matches, 6 lakhs for ODIs and 3 lakhs for T20 internationals. So this is a huge step forward. This is not only going to work for the current Indian women cricketers, but even those who, want to become cricketers, who want to follow the footsteps of a Smriti Mandhana or, a Harmanpreet Kaur, who want to be the next Jhulan Goswami, Mithali Raj of India, will now have more confidence in themselves that once they reach a certain level, they will not have to worry about the finances like was the concern before when Mithali Raj started playing or when Jhulan Goswami started playing at the international level. So clearly this is going to be a very big step forward in giving mental, financial stability to the women cricketers in India, and also stability to those parents who would have been hesitant earlier to let their girls think of cricket as a career. But now this is going to end all of that. Like I said, the struggle days for Indian women cricketers and Indian women cricket is behind. The women cricketers are consistently performing well. We recently won the Women's Asia Cup as well, 7th title for the India women. And after that, the women cricketers had said that the World Cup is well within our grasp. In 2025, we are going to have a Women's World Cup in India as well. Maybe that is going to be the golden moment for women's cricket that everyone in India has been waiting for. But, this is a huge step forward, and this is going to be a very big motivating factor and is going to give confidence to the current lot of women cricketers, who will be extremely delighted with this news, of course, and will be motivated to perform well for the country, because at last their performances are being rewarded. Performances of over the years, not just recently, whether they were runners-up in a World Cup or they're winning the Asia Cup, all of that has culminated into being at par with the men's cricket in India. And this is a huge decision, one that will work wonders for women athletes across sports in India, where they will now be able to stand their ground and say that we deserve what women cricketers in India are getting, which is equal pay as their men counterparts. Rohit.
All right, Karishma, thanks very much for joining us with that perspective. Niranjan Shah, let me bring you in. There is BCCI contracts also now, that A plus, A, B and C, that the players are divided in. Do you think that is the next step after the match fees? Those contracts should also be brought at par for both men and women cricketers.
I think it will take, this is the first step, and it will take a little bit more time, because women cricket has to be more and more popular on TV. Viewership has to be increased, so board can also get money. But I think this step, what today announced, is quite a huge step, and it will attract a lot of new players to the game, and lot of attraction will be there. So I think this is a good step by BCCI, and BCCI has enough fund, so they can give to the women cricket.
Yes. Khyati Gulani, you would think that the contract should also be made at par, the contracts, because if Virat Kohli, let's say, plays 5 test matches in a year, he earns in crores, while Harmanpreet, if she plays the same amount of test matches, earns in some lakhs. Do you think that should also be brought at par? That's the next step.
Definitely, that will also, engage and bring on a lot of women cricketers to take up the, sports as a career once it will be done. But yes, if we talk about men cricket and women's cricket, definitely men's cricket is like they're more, popular, and they're playing a lot of cricket. So I would not say that it's possible to take it as par to men's cricket, but yes, somewhere closer, as we are not playing test at the moment. But yes, definitely, like there is a huge gap. Like 50 lakhs is the A plus A contract money, and in men's cricket it's like 7 crores. Yeah, so that is a huge gap.
Yes.
So once, if you want to bring it closer, definitely you can bring it on at least somewhere closer. That will give a good kick to the women players as well, to take up it as a career, not as a substitute thing.
Yes, and Ms. Gulani, tell me about this women IPL that has been announced by the BCCI. How crucial is that for women cricket? Because IPL usually is a platform for young and emerging players to showcase their talent.
Yeah, definitely. It will be a great platform to showcase their skills, because when you go and play in, somewhere in World Cup or different tournaments, you as a cricketer cannot, really express yourself. But when you are playing, tournaments like IPL and all, you get to evolve yourself as a cricketer. You can play as much as, shots and all, then that is only possible on a platform like IPL, because we have got we have found players like Shefali Verma, Harleen Deol from IPL platform itself, exhibition matches. And when we talk about men's cricket also, we found a lot of cricketers from IPL. So definitely it will be a turning point in women's cricket as well.
Mr. Niranjan Shah, one final word to you. You know, the women cricketers, there's always this, always said that they don't get enough exposure. Now, how is the schedule decided for the men's and the women's cricket? You know, if women cricketers played much more, it will be much more popular. It's broadcast on TV, much more popular. So how are these schedules decided in the BCCI? Why can't both be at par, the men's schedule and the women's schedule?
See, I think BCCI in last 2-3 years added so many tournaments for women that that is most useful. It will give a good result after some time. Their standard of cricket will increase. But you have to also look at it. Men cricket should not be hampered, because there are not many grounds are developing, because if you add so many tournaments, the ground also be there. So infrastructure has to be increased also. So that's why, but now in the last 2-3 years, there are a lot of tournaments in increase. And this year also, there is a chance that under 15 women cricket tournament will be there. So I think from very grassroots, BCCI is taking care of the women cricket.
All right, Niranjan Shah and Khyati Gulani, thanks very much for joining us with your perspective. It's a huge decision there by the BCCI getting gender pay parity as far as match fees is concerned. But there is more steps and more peaks to be conquered there as far as gender parity is concerned in sports, but opening the doors for other sports as well, opening that demand for gender pay parity across sports there in India, this BCCI decision. Thanks very much, Khyati Gulani and Niranjan Shah, for joining us with your perspective. We're